A running record is a record of what the child is doing and saying, and just written down exactly as it happens. It has no embellishments or no subjective comment to it. The task is to observe a child during a social situation. So choose a child anywhere between, I would say, 2 to maybe 8 years old, and observe that child. It doesn't have to be a child in a school. It can be your own child or your own children. If it's a social situation, you're going to have more than one child, but your focus is going to be on one particular child, and your observation is going to be on one particular child. But you have to document what each one is doing, because what one does affects the other one. So you can only be an observer when this happens. So make someone else in charge of the children, and your job is to write down the tasks of what they are doing and what they are saying. Be prepared with abbreviations because it's hard to write it down and to get all the details. So abbreviate their names with initials and things like that. An example might be your own children ages 7 and 8 are running to the car, and your running record might sound like this. Mom says, "Go ahead and get in the car, we're going to the store." Tammy, who I've coded as just T, says, "I call shotgun." Steve, who I've coded as S, says, "No fair, you called shotgun last time, it's my turn." T says, "You're too slow, you snooze, you lose." Both are running to the door and pushing each other out of the way. T gets to the door first, but S moves around her quickly. They are both at the door pushing each other. T keeps saying, "I called it first." S is yelling, "You're not fair." Mom exits the door with Fluffy, the dog, and says, "You both get in the back seat," and then lets the dog sit in the front seat. T and S slowly move to the back seat. T sits with arms folded and frowns. S looks at T and says, "It's your fault." T says, "Mom, make him shut up." Mom puts a car in gear and tells them both to hush. So after you're done writing what has happened, then you need to write a reflection. So the reflection might be there's sibling rivalry between the children, and that they could benefit from an intervention. And then you might write a suggestion. A suggestion might be for the family to keep a chart of turns and the children to be responsible for the chart.